Well, it's my mic on. Okay. Hold on, guys. I need to be sure that the sound is correct. Bam bam bam, bam bam bam, bam 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 bam. Now that sound is a beautiful sound. Even though it's something I listen to every day. Sometimes I just want it to play and sing in the hearts of every Lagosian, every Nigerian listening to the radio show. And especially when we've had a lot of energy in the morning, the early hours of the show, and that's what happens every day. And it's just only nice that we take that breather, that prestige pause. Especially if we're going into yet another interesting conversation today on power solutions. My co-host is by my side, looking at me and saying, Collins, let's get into it. And I'm like, I'm ready. Wiebe Boer, welcome.
Thanks, man. Thanks. You know, Collins, I listen to you during the morning, right? And you guys are having so much fun. And then I feel like people must actually like dread when 11:30 comes, because then it's all power. Power sucks, Nigeria, all this, you know what I mean? It gets so serious. So, like, we got to find a way to make this, like, fun also. And otherwise, people
trust me, it's fun.
They'll think it's me, that I'm, like, a really boring old guy.
No. Yeah. Come on, you're not boring. That's unfair to me. My co-host boring. I mean, how should I feel? You know, what if they told you that your co-host was boring?
Well,
that's unfair to me, just what you said right now.
People have mentioned it to me once in a while.
It's not it. It's just nature. It's a serious matter.
Yeah.
I mean, do you know how many lives are being affected by the fact that power has not been fixed over the years?
Yeah, I mean, every Nigerian, basically.
So the least any Nigerian can do is to support an idea to discuss not only, the problems in the power sector. In fact, we don't even pay attention to the problem. We mention the problem because we're trying to find a solution. We're bringing the solutions. Yeah. So it's only right that as an individual, a Nigerian, to be interested in what we are doing to fix the power problem. What power solutions we're bringing. And that's why the show is here. It's unique in itself, and it's a special one that I'm glad that it's on this belt, on this show, and it's on right now.
All right, that's good. I'm glad. Good to hear. So let's bring in our guest. He's waiting so patiently.
Absolutely.
So today we have a great guest. He's actually one of the original guys in this space. Kunle Odebunmi. He is the CEO and founder of AllBase Energy. And the first question I'm going to ask you, Kunle, and Kunle and I go way back. But how did I know the answer, but I want Lagos to know this. How did a chartered accountant end up running a renewable energy company? Please tell us about your professional journey from being a chartered accountant to now trying to save Nigeria's power problem.
Collins and Dr. Wiebe for having me on the show this morning. Good morning, Lagos. For me, the training as a chartered accountant prepared me well, with the combination of professional competencies, the collection of strong technical knowledge, the skills, and interpersonal behaviors that I need to run and operate any business in Nigeria, right? So I'm trained to look for the effect of numbers on a business and to also look beyond the numbers. So I've learned how to collaborate and partner with people in other parts of the business and outside the business. So I interpret and explain numbers to people and to organizations. I provide insights, informations. I help them to achieve their short-term goals and their long-term objectives. I've learned to think strategically, and manage business risk, and then get involved in decision-making exercise. So in addition, my professional upbringing demands that I make professional judgment, and in doing so, to exercise highest level of integrity and ethical manner in all my dealings. So much more importantly, I've learned to identify drivers for change in business and in society. So all this exposure give me access to business world and open my eyes to the wider world, right? So I've worked across multiple organizations. I've faced my failures. I've molded myself into different job profiles, right? So being in renewable energy industry gave me a golden opportunity to be a part of the positive effort to develop Africa and Nigeria, right? To also develop new skills, especially technical skills, and to make impact. So you asked me around my professional journey. So I actually started out as a management consultant. So I help small and medium scale enterprises. There's a project we work then with the World Bank and the Enterprise Development Center of the Lagos Business School, right? So I help small businesses to institute necessary control processes, structure their business, corporate governances, right? Financial reporting processes. So I did that for a while, after which I moved to another engineering company. At this engineering company, I have opportunity to work closely with engineers. So I understand engineering processes and things like that. So being a financial analyst in this new company, I was able to help out building financial models, forecasting tools, right, for decision-making purposes, corporate and budgetary systems. I was evaluating profit plans and investment opportunity. At this stage, I have a very keen interest, honestly speaking, Wiebe, with the oil and gas industry. So I move on to another company, right, as a group corporate accountant. And I was helping out on financial plans. I was helping out on reporting financial performances. As a matter of fact, I was handling a budget line of $40 million, right? Driving cost saving strategies and liaising with external auditors and other governmental organizations. But then, because I learned how to spot the driver for change in society, right? I know the future is renewable energy. So I joined another startup, a clean cooking startup. Right, as the chief operating officer of a cooking startup, I was responsible for the overall operating strategy. Right, I helped the organization to grow their revenue line from $100,000 to about $1.8 million in an annual revenue. So I developed a new distribution strategy. I call it green distribution strategy that cumulates and translates to almost 65 distribution centers across 7 states in Nigeria within 3 months, right? In the same clean cooking company, I was able to raise funds, almost like $2.4 million fund from the likes of Foundation, African Development Bank, right? Before I co-founded my last company. So with my last company, what I did was to, as a co-founder, 2 of us from the scratch, when I was exiting in January 2020, last year, we were 56 full-time employees. We were able to raise more than $10 million from Nigerian Bank of Industry, UK DFID. We also raised money from, our $9 million investment was raised from 4 institutional investors across 3 continents, including all, right? So that knowledge base, from being a chartered accountant to my professional journey, have actually prepared me well. I've learned so much as it has prepared me well for the journey ahead. Thank you very much for the question.
Yeah, it's very interesting to hear. That's quite a journey. No doubt you one man who has experience. Lagos, we're talking about turning solar into productive assets. You just heard the voice of our guest. He is Kunle Odebunmi. He is the FCA. Kunle Odebunmi, FCA. He's AllBase Energy founder and CEO. The journey of how he started is what he responded to. Now, my question to you is, you are very passionate about entrepreneurship and building startups, right? What drives this passion?
Right.
Why?
College, great question. And the truth is this: I have an explainable inner drive to make an impact. I can't explain it. To make an impact, just to provide valuable products and services, for a larger pool of people. So I have a hunger for change, a real and impactful change in Africa and in Nigeria in particular, right? So when I see all of the so-called problems, for me, I see them as an opportunity to be able to translate to products or service that will be useful for larger set of people. And this probably isn't surprising. I mean, coming from a finance background, so I love being able to create something out of nothing, right? And startup, I think startup fits well into that category. And I will not forget also my childhood experience, which cultivates a lot of motivations, and it gives me limitless energy, right, that I have in building startup, right? So those are the things that I'm passionate about. Startup, scaling businesses, I'm very much passionate about it.
Great.
All right. So listen, tell us a bit more then about AllBase Energy itself. You talked a lot about sort of your background and some of the other places you worked. But what is AllBase? I mean, what is the product you have, and how is it special and unique in the context of the Nigerian power sector? And I think, if I recall, you actually have the product there that you could actually show to those who are watching this on YouTube or Facebook. Is it possible to show, or it's not possible?
Yeah, it's very possible. So I just need to stand up a bit, move my my system to where the system is. So I'm just going to do that right now, and then I come back to sit down and then explain. Okay. All right. So I just want to show the word. Yes. Right.
Yes, indeed. Okay.
So tell us what that is. It's a
what is that?
Large blue box, light blue box. Okay.
So that blue box.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, there's light.
I just fired it on right now.
Okay. Oh, that's been powered. What is that? What is that? Right. And what does it do? Lagos, you might miss it out because we.
So just to explain quickly to you, Collins and Wiebe. Yeah. So AllBase is actually better during global pandemic, right? So and the economic downturn during the COVID-19. So that's where we give birth to AllBase. So what we look out for is we know that in this economic downturn, what concerns people are the basic essential things, right? So we develop a frugal innovation, right? Providing more value at a lesser price for more people. That's what we did. So we developed a frugal innovation. And what I've observed in the industry, be an active player, is that some of our other colleagues have not been able to design a tailor-made product specifically, right? Tailor-made product at a very reasonable price point for the working middle class and small businesses. So when I say for the working middle class and small business, I mean the missing middle, right? So they've not been able to develop a product at a very reasonable price point for this class of people. And that's what we have done as AllBase. So what I did was to look at several research work conducted by Olon, conducted by Dalberg, right? And I have to speak with several customers. We identified there's a gap in this market. Not only there's a gap in this market, but also there's a market in the gap. The market that will help us to actually build out a replicable and sustainable business model in the long run. So when we identify this, 25 million Nigerians daily, they are still using petrol generators. 25 million Nigerians, which is almost guzzling about 100 million liters of petrol fuel every single day. So for us, our value proposition is to improve lives, especially for this working middle class, provide them with comfort, increase productivity. This is very important to us. So the product I showed you is the hardware product. We've innovated on the hardware product. We've innovated around the technology infrastructure around it in terms of Internet of Things technology for remote monitoring purpose. Much more than that is around our business model. So now, working middle class in Lagos, Collins, they can now be able to pay weekly or even daily, right? So from their mobile wallets. So from their mobile wallet, they can now pay dailies. And so we have really scrapped them from going to what they are calling on or off the generators, right? They don't need to wake up by 12 a.m. every night to go and either switch off the generator, or in the morning when they need to go at work, or off the generator. Even for small businesses, this is what we have done. So, and we have seen that with our monitoring solution, they will be able to monitor their power generation. They will be able to see what is being generated, what they are using, and what they can consume. So the product I showed you here can power your refrigerator, your clipper as a small business, your laptop, your TV, your water dispenser in your home. Your washing machine can go on it, your printer can go on it, and your lighting point, it can power it efficiently.
This item powering everything, what powers it?
So you have a solar power, right, that sits on your roof. It's a rooftop solar power, right? And we connect these devices to it. We call it L plus. You know, one of our sales guys call it a magic plus, a magic box, right?
Yeah, it looks like a magic box.
So you see this magic box.
Yeah.
So you see this magic box, you power it in your house or you power it at your business. You have electricity to run and you can be more productive with it.
Wow. I mean, we said the wow together. That means it's really wow. I cannot wait to. I hope it's also not very, very. I hope it's affordable. We'll get into that because that sounds like the solution we're looking for. Really, like the power solution we're looking for. Now, building the next generation Africa distributed energy infrastructure, providing low-cost, carbon-free, on-demand power for unreliable grid market in Nigeria. In your viewer, right, how can you really achieve this, to get this achieved? How do you think we can achieve this? I mean, you have enough experience to be able to respond to this.
The truth is, and honestly speaking, so much has been done, and so much is still being done right now, and very many things still need to be done right in Nigeria to be able to achieve this. So I will appreciate the efforts put in place by the recent past and the current leadership of rural electrification agencies, the Federal Ministry of Power and the Federal Ministry of Finance, including agencies like the Standard Organization of Nigeria, in terms of standardizing the product that goes out. So having said this, there's still a lot of work that needed to be done, by all stakeholders, and I'm sure they have mentioned several of these in your show in the last time, several times in your show. Number one, policy somersaults, right? So I see that uncertainty in the policy direction, we need to avoid it in this sector, right? For me, executing agencies of government like the Nigerian Customs Service should be involved ab initio when some of these policies concerning the sector is being put up in place. Because most of these renewable energy equipment are largely still being imported, right? You want to get your goods clear on time, they need to inculcate them ab initio. Again, we need to look at government need to look at way, right? Let me put it like that, to incentivize local production of this equipment, right? For instance, I know some engineers in Lagos here, right? They are currently assembling lithium-ion battery. Engineers in Lagos currently assembling lithium-ion battery. So we need to incentivize such organizations. We need to incentivize them. So to achieve the low-cost energy in Nigeria, one other thing that I felt strongly around is, can we adhere to the Nigerian 2030 climate pledge that we have made? We're saying 30, Vision 30, 30, 30, all right? So 30 gigawatt by year 2030, and that 30 gigawatt, 30% of it is coming from renewable energy source, right? Can we adhere to it? What are the measures we are putting in place to adhere to it? So I will shift a bit in terms of financing. So private and institutional finance, catalytics, and the patient capital is very needed for not just the asset-heavy part of the business, for even the asset-light part of the business is very needed in Nigeria, just like what All-On is currently doing in Nigeria. So we need more and very many All-Ons in this sector. So you will be surprised that most financial institutions in Nigeria, they do not have a dedicated financing window for the sector, right? So private debt and especially long-term loan. So some of these financial institutions, they need to understand the sector very well. They need to understand that you can give a long-term loans with low interest and then back it up. Use maybe a revenue stream or a cash flow stream as collateral, not asking for a land or property in Koi or in Victoria Island, right? They can use cash flow or the inventory as collateral. Mm-hmm. I would really love to see even state government incentive. I really love to see state government incentive, maybe like solar credit for individual residential homes or for businesses, dedicated for the distributed energy in Nigeria. So Lagos State can take a lead, or even Ogun State, my state, they can take a lead in this sector.
Well, really interesting. We're about 5 minutes away to the end, but so far so good. That sounded like, I think the government should listen to what he just said. Every single thing he mentioned, from the policy somersault. By the way, Lagos, for those who are saying that's big English, policy somersault is just for example, a governor is on his state now, there's a policy in place, and then a new government comes in, and he decides that he's not following that policy, he's going to start from the beginning. That's policy somersault, by the way.
Exactly.
You've mentioned a whole lot of key aspects, key aspects that could help us fix the power problem in this country. And I think this message should go across a board.
Yeah, no. And Kunle's been at this for a long time, so he's one of the voices that the government does hear. Kunle, are you still there? It looks like you're frozen. Can you hear us? Kunle?
Don't go. Don't leave us.
Don't leave us. We need to hear from you.
We need more of that. Guys, if you are just joining us, you're listening to Nigeria's #1 for talk, 99.3 Nigeria Info. It's Power Solutions. In 4 minutes, we'll be out of here. Our guest we just lost our guest a moment ago. He was talking to us via Skype. He's Kunle Odebunmi. He also the AllBase Energy founder and CEO. We're talking about turning solar into productive asset. Now, we have just a few more minutes to go, Wiebe.
Yeah.
Wiebe, if I was going to quantify what needs to be done and make it some money, how much do you think in Nigeria right now we need to fix the power problem?
$200 billion.
$200 billion.
Yes.
Wow. That's and let's spend this money. Why are we waiting? Hello, Mr. Governor, Mr. President.
That's like 50% of our GDP, total GDP. So now plenty money. $200 billion. No be naira. No be naira. Dollars.
Oh,
dollars.
What?
Dollars.
So there's a long way to go.
Long way to go.
Yeah. And if we cannot connect with our guest, I think he has done justice to. Okay, I think it's coming in now. We'll reconnect with him so that we can get his concluding thoughts. And I know Wiebe's got a question or two to ask. $200 million.
Billion.
What?
200 billion. Yeah, 200 billion. Because basically we need another 200 gigawatts or 200,000 megawatts.
Wow.
Every megawatt costs about $1 million. So that's 200 billion.
Oh boy. Yeah. So guys, it's not a joke. So if you're just sitting there and thinking, and we can bridge this gap, get this thing done by getting more people involved in renewable energy, in bringing solutions. That's why Power Solutions is here.
But one of the things he mentioned, so like All On at our organization, we fund sort of earlier stage companies, but at some stage these guys are going to need more. 10 million, 50 million, 100 million. Yeah. And that's where the commercial banks are supposed to come in.
Okay.
But unfortunately, they still don't really
see
get the sector. They kind of throw it in with power. Okay. And a lot of them have loans maybe to discos, gencos that didn't go so well. And so they're very hesitant. All right, Kunle is back. So
He's
Kunle,
back. Quickly.
We only have a few minutes. So
yes.
So just talk about because you're one of the winners of the $100,000 USAID All On Challenge for 2020. So talk a bit about that, and then specifically for the listeners to know what the challenge is about, and if they want to apply, what they need to do to be ready for that for the 2021 one, so they can be part of it as well.
Yep.
Yeah. So thank you again. And again, I'm grateful for All On in terms of the $100,000 grant that we just received from All On and the USAIDF. Very excited to receive it. And that, for us, we make sure, we give us opportunity to provide high quality, low cost solar energy system for the industry. So around the application, so I've always known about the application, but then for 2020, I had it through the industry network. I have known that the challenge usually give a lot of new companies or even existing companies an avenue, to think through their business and come back into the business with a very proposition that will be appealing to Nigerians. So what I'm going to ask people around the application process is straightforward, right? So you just have a proposal to submit, give business references, and at the same time, provide your financial estimate, right? One of the things that I will implore people who are, applying for 2021 is, if you have not done it before, I think you should start doing it right now. It's very important that you start doing it right now, even today, right? Think through around your business, think through around the key drivers of your business, look through your numbers, what's the value proposition, what are your technology that you are bringing to the market, what is the innovation that you are bringing into the market, and then think around how best you can communicate this product offering, in your proposal. This will be very useful, and I'll be happy to help maybe one or two entrepreneurs to check the application before they submit. Do reach out to me, and I'll be happy to do that.
Yeah. All right. How do they reach out to you on social media, or how do they connect with you?
Well, so they can reach out to me through social media. So I have my social media handle out there, and then if possibly they need to reach out to me by email, so they could just send me an email directly.
All right, great. So that's very easy, guys. Go on Nigeria Info FM page. You'd find Hilda because it was posted there. You can connect with him via that platform. You could go there and talk, and you could also, of course, send an email to our special guest right here on Power Solutions. So we have to go. Well said, and congratulations on the grant. And I think our plan the next round, we because I'm looking at. I need to go into renewable. I need to go into fully. I mean, I can't just sit here and be talking.
But this particular one.
Yeah,
this particular one.
You actually welcome the sector.
Yeah,
I wasn't meant to be talking. I was also meant to do other things.
No, but this particular one, if you notice, it's for Nigerian businesses run by Nigerians. I thought you're Cameroonian now.
Okay, now
so how you go
there's the line. You are dividing us. It's called the Picot line. That's what divided us. In 1940, you remember, we're one country.
Okay, we'll welcome you back. We'll welcome you back.
That's
okay. It's okay. But
that's. Is that what it is now? That's heartbreaking. Anyways, well, thank you, Kunle.
Welcome back.
Welcome back. Yeah. So, but yeah, as Kunle said, if you want to apply, you can reach out to him and find out.
Yep.
The applications are due by the end of February, but don't wait till the end of February. It's really complicated. If a chartered accountant tells you it's complicated, you know it's complicated. So start now. Get your application in now. Yeah. Start working on it. Yeah. It's today. Yeah.
Today. Thank you so much for that. Appreciate you.
So I think Collins is going to be calling you.
I'm calling you.
Collins is going to be calling you.
I've got some ideas. We did bring that to life. Thank you.
All right.
That's it for the show today. And we must say thank you to our guests. And Wiebe, of course, thank you for coming. Next week, Monday, we'll here again, another guest.
You bet,
right?
man. We're always here. Yeah, always here. Yeah.
So, guys, you see it. It's most important. For those who want to follow Wiebe on social media, just to follow, he posts a lot of interesting stuff on his page from time to time, especially opportunities. And I noticed that I get to repost some of them. You can follow him at Wiebe.
Yeah, just Wiebe. I think I'm the only one in the world with that name. So.
There you go again. Thank you.
Yeah.
I think you are. Thank you. Well, that's it for the show.
All right. Thank you, Collins. Thank you, Kunle, and everybody have a great week.
God bless you. The news coming up right now. That will be in 2 minutes' time. When Mima Adewin is on standby to bring you the news. Well, if I were you, I'll stay tuned because we're just starting. It's Nigeria's #1 for talk. God bless you. God bless Nigeria. My name is Collins.
Teke.
He did it. Thank you, Wiebe. That was pretty short, but thank you.
Only one station gives you great talk every day.
On the show yesterday, you spoke about the tariff hike, electricity tariff hike. Yes, I'm hearing news today that it's been postponed till next year.
City of Lagos, did I say it yesterday? I am in trumpet.
Hear the news and tell us your views.